Welcome, welcome. This should be a good tutorial for whatever you call that. I guess I'll call it reverse bonk in the title. Reverse Zora bonk or something. That'll work. In Great Bay. So, as you know, you come over here, do the thing right, pretend I did, you break all these pots. And this owl isn't normally with the magic just like that, but now it is. Okay. Put the Zora mask back on. This is what I've been doing for the setup. I target this wall. You want to target it over here. Not over here, because then you'll target the owl. So anyways, target over here, do a turn around, and then you're going to do this to line up basically. So get right up next to the owl. About right there should be good. And hopefully you don't fall off. Like that. I haven't quite worked out what causes you to fall off. Well, what dictates whether or not you fall off. But after you do that, turn back around, run up against the wall while targeting, do a full side hop, right? Not a tap. And then you're going to be in position for the next part of the trick. Alright, next part. So, I'm just going to save this position real quick. This gets interesting because it requires a down left, and this down left is precise enough that you actually have to make sure you have the right angle. And thankfully there was a very easy tell if you see up on that angle, and I will explain that to you. The angle that you want is, let me check, A7 BC. That is the angle that you want. And you can tell that it is, you gotta make sure that when you see up, the camera is caught up, so when you see up it's not gonna do its weird thing that you might know about. But anyways, assuming it's caught up, you want to look right up here. Now this setup only works for this position. There might be another position that I'll tell you about that I think works, but I didn't really experiment. Nah, I don't think I will. There's the pointer. I look right up here underneath the second heart, and right where this point comes down, I want to make sure that the tree branch extends out just a little bit past, and that's going to be your visual cue to tell you that you're on the right frame. If you don't, I'm just going to leave that up there for kicks and giggles. It's going to look something like this. So now you can see the tree branch is way up to the far right. It's almost like ending under the third heart. That's not the closest angle though. This is the closest angle, I think. Wait, no, this should be farther away. Is that the right angle? I thought there was one in between. Nope, nope. Just derped in my head. Nope, there was. Okay, here it is. Here's the other one that's close. This is the closest one that I might throw you off with. It's gonna be close to the middle of the heart, but it's not gonna be quite on it. And it is precise enough that you do want to make sure that you had the right angle, unfortunately. It's a lot more precise than I thought it was at first. I thought it was precise, but not quite so precise. Oh well, it's going to be so precise because we're so far away, so the setup has to be just right. But anyways, after you do that, you get into position with the right angle, A7 BC. What you're going to do is target, of course, and you're going to do backflip. When you do the backflip, you're going to hold A and down and target. When you land in the water, you're going to release the control stick. So it's going to go back to neutral, like so. And you can notice, despite releasing the control stick, you're going to end up with angle 27 VB every time. That's just how the game works. If you're familiar with Zora swimming, then you're familiar with how this works. So, anyways, let me just take that off. In doing this, I am holding target the entire time. Do not let go of target till it's time to let go of target. Just like in the Great Bay Temple trick in Glitchless, if you're familiar. Alright, we're just gonna mosey on down, swimming on down. We're not gonna touch anything except for control and target until we're coming up to the visual cue now. I'm gonna warn you ahead of time. Now it's gonna look a little different from my TV to OBS, so I'm gonna have to adjust what I see. So what I'm used to seeing on my TV doesn't show everything. It cuts the edges out pretty decently, is you're gonna look for this, I guess they call them poop stains, right here. Whatever design you want to call it. It's going like this. It's the white one with the black outline going this way. Or I guess whatever colors you want to call these. So anyways, this one right here, and you want the camera, for me, what I can see on a TV is to be cut off so you just see the very end of it basically. Now I'm gonna see what that looks like for you guys. This is the frame that I want. So when you're on OBS, when you're looking at it, you're gonna want to double check on your TV, I suppose. Or you don't have to worry about it if you're on the emulator, of course. But here's that spot, and it looks like you can still see another frame of a little bit. So maybe it's better off to use this spot up here in OBS. That, well, if you can see the whole screen, because that should disappear next frame, if I had to guess. If not, you're gonna have to find your own cue. Good luck, have fun. Ha ha ha. Alright, so next up we're going to input swimming and left while targeting for 5 frames, and it's gonna look like, nice. Yeah, it looked like it. I didn't even check if it went off from the screen or not. This frame right here, and you can tell you're on the right frame by the diagonal at which Link is swimming. So it's right after he first crosses perpendicular with the ground. Now he's diagonal. The first frame he's diagonal. On this frame, you're going to hold up, swimming, and target. Up, A, and down. I'm sorry, up, A, and target. You're going to bonk here. Now, this is the first frame where he stops, where he changes his angle to upward. That is not the frame that we want. We want the frame after, and it's not going to look the same. The little dirt bubbles, the dirt that stirs up, that gets stirred up when he bonks the floor. If I can English. That changes its RNG as far as I know, unless it is consistent magically, but I don't think it is. But anyways, we had the frame after, and on this frame, we're going to start doing down, A, and target. And we're going to go up until he bonks. Or if you really want, I think you can hold right on this frame, but that's on you if you want. So he just bonked. We're going to start holding right. We're going to hold it for a couple frames. I think it's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, yes, in the next frame, specifically it's easy to look for because it's the first frame that the camera is caught up to Link, and obviously this frame is completely different from the other ones. I don't think I have to point that out to you. We're going to be holding up and A on this frame. Hey, look at that. We just barely grabbed it. We did it. Hooray! Make sure that when you do this jump here, you don't hold A, or you will be sad in runs. Just want to throw it out there. Just reminder, daily reminder. Only swim if you want to. Not when you don't want to. You will be sad in a run. Alright, anyways. I can go over it again real quick, just what it looks like. Target back here, specifically such that you won't target the owl. Grab against the owl. Make sure that you're up against the ledge. Turn back around. This part right here is oddly specific. I would not want to deviate at all. Deviating even just the slightest bit left to right will cause inconsistencies. I learned that the hard way. I was hoping it wasn't that tight, but it is left and right. It's asinine. Okay? Anyways. You see up, and I like to do a shield, that way I make sure that the shield see up is consistent. And this is the right angle. Yippee skippy. Down and A. Release down. Down and A and target, I mean. And then just releasing down. That's going to give you that consistent angle of, I think it's 2 something BB or whatever it is. Alright. Now again, this is the frame, and I'm going to check to make sure that visual cue works for you guys. It does. It's, well, it's kinda there, but it's just barely. That should be a good enough visual cue for you guys. And by that, I mean the white spot that was up here, and now it's behind the black. It's off camera just barely, but you can still see just a few remnants of it. Anyways, that's frame number 1 of the left input. 2, 3, 4. That's where he's, well, nearly perpendicular anyways, not quite. 5, he just passed perpendicular. And now he's diagonal the other way. Now we're gonna be going up. Remember, inverted Y controls. We are flying an airplane. I don't know if you knew that. So this frame, the second frame, after he changes this angle vertically, whatever you want to call that, and then we're gonna hold down again, down to go up. We are flying an airplane. Kappa. Is that how that works? Anyways, you just heard that he started swimming on this frame. I think you can hold right if you want. We can do that, why not? Or the next frame when he starts bonking. Either frame will do. First frame that the camera snaps, we're gonna switch from right to up. And look at that. Just like magic. Aw. Yeah, don't do that. That was intentional. Alright. Good luck, have fun, guys.